Dave Simon and his co-hosts are completing the remaining finishing touches for tonight's episode. If you are watching the replay, you can skip to the 4-minute and 54-second mark to get to Dave's intro. While you are waiting, watching live, take a look at the news and articles about pro wrestling and MMA from The Authority, the Ringside Report Network. Our website is at ringsidereport.net. That's ringsidereport.net.
Please wait. Hold on. Keep waiting. Almost done. 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 Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Please wait. Hold on. Keep waiting. Almost done. 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 Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment. Subscriber is speaking at the moment.
Welcome to today's broadcast from the Ringside Report Network. We are a viewer and listener-supported creative team. We would really appreciate it if you became a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. While you are waiting, watching live, take a look at the news and articles about pro wrestling and MMA, and while there, check out our exclusive merch, including great jiu-jitsu gear from the Ringside Report Network. Our website is at ringsidereport.net. It's ringsidereport.net.
Subscriber is speaking at the moment.
It is the WrestleMania 41 Night 2 post show. Let's talk about WrestleMania.
Start.
Yes, indeed.
Hey.
The whole crew is here. We just watched WrestleMania. We are through WrestleMania weekend.
Another year in the can.
Whose can are we talking about? All right. Welcome to the show. What's in the books?
It's in the books.
It's in the books. It is done. WrestleMania Night 2, WrestleMania 2025, WrestleMania 41 has concluded. And we have a new WWE champion, and his name is John Cena.
I love that. The
Why not?
Super Slam.
That's right. His name is John Cena. John Cena defeating Cody Rhodes tonight in the main event of WrestleMania. Definitely some cheating. We'll run through the match. We'll run through all the matches, match by match. I want to know what you thought of WrestleMania 41. Let me know your score on 10 for this show. Let me know your match of the night for this show. Was this better than night 1?
Yes.
Yes?
It's tight.
Yes.
It's tight.
Tight.
Tight. I think it was better than night 1. Johnny, you were not here last night. You were wrestling, as you could tell by your face. You got kicked in the face several times by Jeremy Prophet. But, Johnny, you were not here last night. We both gave the night 1 a 6 on 10. I'm assuming you saw night 1, and you could give me a score on 10?
I pretty much saw it as quickly as I possibly could before night 2 started. I was blown away by how long it was, and then realizing, I can skip a lot of this because a lot of it's not actual wrestling in it. So it wasn't as long as I expected. So that helped a lot. Ups and downs, I thought, for night 1. Not as good as I expected it to be. Some things were letdowns. I thought the main event, though, was quite good. Definitely the main event last night was better than the main event tonight, easily.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a 6 on 10. Maybe I'd go a 6.5 on 10 just because I thought the main event, you left satisfied at the end. Where tonight, that may have been one of the worst main events I've ever seen in WrestleMania history. It was that bad.
Ooh. Wow. You thought this was worse than Bam Bam and LT?
Cena Miz?
See, that's it. It's in that Cena Miz era of how bad it was.
Okay.
It's really not good.
Yeah, it was not a good match. It was not good. It was not a good main event. I did not enjoy it. The show started off really good, though. And I think that overall, the show was better than last night because we had some matches tonight that I thought were better than any of the matches we saw last night. So I think in that respect, I would have to give night 2 a better score, but it's marginal. Because like you said, the main event last night was very good. But I thought Io, Bianca, and Rhea tonight to open WrestleMania night 2 was better than even the main event was last night.
Oh, the 3-way tonight, for the Raw World Women's title, that was the match of all of WrestleMania, both nights combined, easily.
Yeah.
Easy.
I agree with you too. However, I think tonight we may have seen the worst matches in WrestleMania for both nights as well. So that's where I failed to score. I almost feel like it might be even. I know you guys put 6. I would probably maybe just 6.5. I thought slightly above, but 6.5 for both nights. To be honest, I thought they were just probably on par.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm going to give this one a 6.5 on 10 because I feel like I had some matches where I was really blown away and it felt like WrestleMania, where last night did not feel like WrestleMania. It didn't. It just felt like a show. Felt like TV in a bigger arena. You know? It felt like one of those shows in Saudi Arabia. It did not feel like WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So tonight felt like a bigger deal. The matches and the performers felt like, you know, they were going above and beyond. A lot of them anyways, not everybody. But I thought this was a better show than last night's show because we had the first 3 matches that were very good. So I'm going to go with 6.5 on 10 tonight as opposed to the 6 last night. But for WrestleMania, it's not a good score. I should be giving WrestleMania an 8 or an 8.5, maybe even a 9 on a good year. You know? WrestleMania is usually better. Usually one of the nights I'm giving above a 7, you know? I'm surprised that the scores are so low this year. I'm surprised that the show was so poor this year. There's a lot to talk about and a lot to break down, but it's not necessarily because it was good. Not a lot of in-ring action. You know, the first 2 hours of the show had about 45 minutes of wrestling in it. A lot of commercials, a lot of video packages, and some extremely long entrances. So 6.5 on 10 for me, marginally better than last night. But still, as far as a WrestleMania weekend, as far as a WrestleMania show, this will not be one of the better ones that you look at in the history of the WWE. 6.5 for me. What do you say?
I'm going to go 7.
Okay.
I'm going to go 7, just a little bit extra. I thought the first 3 matches, I feel like the performers themselves watched the matches last night and thought, like, we could definitely top this.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of felt, like, you know, a little confidence there. Yeah, the first 3 matches I think were really solid, and I felt quite actively engaged. I don't even think I looked at my phone.
Yeah.
During those matches.
Yeah, you're paying attention.
It felt like WrestleMania.
Yeah, captivates the audience.
Mm-hmm. Big spots.
Crowd was into
impact.
it too.
Yeah, like several "This Is Awesome" chants throughout those matches. Then it kind of took a little bit of a dip. Couple peaks here and there. You know, nice to see Becky Lynch come back. I don't think I hated the Cena Cody match as much as you guys did.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely felt like something missing. I think after all the craziness of last year, with all the run-ins and everything, I think we were expecting something like that. And I have a feeling they set out to do the opposite of that. They just wanted to be more of a straight in-the-ring wrestling. I don't even think they left the ring.
Yeah.
It was one of those kinds of matches.
The match was, a couple ref bumps. Not the best. We are all in agreement that the Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley match was the match of the night, and not only tonight, but the match of the whole weekend. An incredible opening match. So I'm going 6.5. You're going 7. Johnny, what are you going for this one? 6.5 like last night? Same deal?
Yeah, I go both 6.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder, though, if your score for last night isn't enhanced a little bit because you were able to fast forward through it and watch it in like probably 2 hours instead of 4 like we had to sit through yesterday.
There's a high possibility of that, yes, definitely.
Because the lack of action, the lack of wrestling on a 4-hour so-called wrestling show. Tonight was 3.5 hours, so, not so bad, but just not a lot of content in there. A lot of filler. It's the type of thing where, a match ends and you can just go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And come back, 10 minutes later, and the next match hasn't even started. They're maybe doing entrances or whatever, because they're going to go to a video package, then a commercial, then another video package, then another commercial, and then they'll start the entrance. And the entrance will be long as hell. By the time you get from one match to the next, it's like 10, 15 minutes.
I did enjoy a lot of the entrances. That was one of the funny things that I talked about last night. Because Jeremy was saying it's WrestleMania, it's not Entrance Mania. And
That's
I'm
right.
like, well, I don't know about that. Because, especially after I watched night 1, I'm like, this really felt like Entrance Mania. Because it seemed like that's what they put the most effort on was the entrances. I don't know how you guys felt about last night, but that's what it felt like. And they tried a little bit on night 2 as well. Not as over the top, though, I thought, this time around. Maybe, there was nice entrances, but not as elaborate as last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought Punk's entrance last night was pretty cool. Tiffany Stratton had a cool Barbie doll type entrance.
Jey Uso. Well, he had like a whole team run down with flags.
Yeah.
And he came down from his own entranceway through the
Took
crowd.
a long time.
Oh, it
Took
was
forever.
like 15 minutes practically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the match
So-
was pretty mid, so forgettable.
But you remember the entrance, not the match. The
I
entrance.
don't. I don't even remember the entrance.
I mean, people are doing this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're down since day one-ish.
Yeah, I remember
you know?
Bianca's entrance from tonight. That was cool with all the little Bianca lookalikes doing the jump rope stuff and dancing around, and then Bianca coming out. That was a cool entrance.
Really cool coat.
The robe
yeah.
jacket thing with the roses on it was incredible. Bianca looked very cool. Rhea Ripley came out in some sort of crown mask skull thing. I don't know what that was. She took it off as soon as she walked to the stage. That happened. Io had a pretty basic entrance. Bianca got boos. They were booing Bianca a little bit.
Yeah, I thought she was going to win, but she didn't. They gave it to Io. I mean, still a good match regardless of that. And I thought definitely, I'm surprised that they used almost the same finish twice. I don't know how you guys felt. It felt like the 4-way, they used the same finish on the same show. What are you doing?
It was a similar finish with the dive. I mean, it was a moonsault and it was a frog splash, but I know what you mean. Hit the finish, go for the cover. Somebody's on the top rope. They hit their finish. 1, 2, 3, match is over. Same finish for Dom and Io tonight.
That's true.
Right? So let me just give you the results in case you don't know. Io Sky beat Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley by pinfall to become the new Women's World Champion in a triple threat to open up WrestleMania Night 2. Drew McIntyre over Damian Priest in a hell of a Sin City street fight. Dominic Mysterio beat Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and Penta in an Intercontinental Championship match. Dirty Dom, new IC champ. Randy Orton beats Joe Hendry. Do you believe in him? Logan Paul, you shouldn't believe because Randy Orton beat him in about 3 minutes. Logan Paul beat AJ Styles. That's right. Logan Paul beat
Hey, Dave and Johnny for
AJ Styles.
no.
If I am being honest,
no.
I was the
Lyra
first one in the
Valkyria
entire
and
world
Becky Lynch
to say that
beat
Logan
Liv
Paul is something
Morgan
special.
and Raquel
Mark my
Rodriguez to become the new tag team champions. I'm shouting AJ down. I'm not even listening to him. And in the main event, John Cena beats Cody Rhodes to become the new undisputed WWE
17 times.
champion. He did it, John. He did it. 17th time. Not a good weekend for the Flairs. Charlotte loses, and Ric Flair's record broken by the great John Cena.
That's a great point. But Ric Flair will always say that he won more than 17 world titles. They just don't count them. So he'll always say that.
He can always lie. It's what great wrestlers do the best. John Cena comes out tonight with a very basic entrance, just a black video screen with his name, John Cena, written in white in all caps. It's basic Cena. He's giving you nothing because you don't deserve it because he's a mean heel. Some guy came out with John Cena, but I think he was just trying to set something up for Cody's entrance. It looked like he was part of Cena's entrance, though. It was a little weird. Right? Did you notice that guy coming out at the same time as Cena? The hell was he doing?
I know he's going to come out, and then he ran right back afterwards because I don't think he was supposed to.
No. Motocross guys came out on the stage for Cody's entrance. He had some motorcycle man flying around.
And like the skull helmet that he took off afterwards.
He had a skull helmet, Cody did, with that flipped up magically
Like he's Iron Man.
to reveal his face. The crowd, the match started, crowd booed Cody on his comeback. Cena was beating up Cody quite a bit. Cody starts coming back, and the crowd was not feeling it. They boo Cody Rhodes. Cody kicked out of one attitude adjustment. Then Cody kicked out of the super attitude adjustment off the second rope. Then Cena hit another attitude adjustment, locked in the STF, but Cody Rhodes, he escapes. Ref gets pushed gets wrestlers knocked into him. I think Cody pushed Cena into the ref, or was it vice versa? I didn't quite catch it. The referee fell.
It was a fracas.
Somebody bumped into the ref. It doesn't matter. Cody then hits the crossroads, but of course nobody there to count the pin. What are we going to do? We're going to remove the turnbuckle pad. Evil John Cena in the other corner gets the pad, hits Cody in the head with it, not once, but twice. Hits the attitude adjustment. Referee comes back, but Cody kicks out again. Uh-oh, here comes Travis Scott sauntering to the ring, taking forever. John Cena laughing for some reason. I think he's laughing at how slow it's taken Travis to get to the ring and how ridiculous the situation is, while he and Cody, especially Cody, has to sell and sell and sell and sell, even though he just kicked out. So he's technically, semi-conscious. But here comes Travis Scott making his long entrance to the ring. He gets up on the apron. John Cena holds Cody back for Travis to hit him, but Cody escapes, hits crossroads on Cena, and goes for the pin. But of course, Travis Scott, evil, outside the ring, pulls the referee right out of the ring. Cody then demands Travis Scott get in the ring to face him. Travis Scott, for some reason, obliges, gets in the ring, goes for a punch. Cody Rhodes blocks it, hits a hell of a crossroads on Travis Scott, then tries to get him out of the ring, and Travis ain't budging. Cody kicks and pushes and moves, and eventually is able to roll Travis Scott out of the ring. Not sure what was going on there.
He was dazed.
He was confused. I don't know what was happening with Travis Scott. Cena goes for the championship belt, but Cody rips it away from him, and he's about to hit Cena, but Cena begs him, don't do it. Don't do it. Please, Cody, doing the old school Ric Flair, right?
Yeah, really.
Old school, please, please, please. And then, of course, when you relent, when you don't do it, he kicks you right in the balls. Cena then grabs the title belt, hits Cody in the head. Ref revives. 1, 2, 3. John Cena with a real Ric Flair way to win his 17th championship. New WWE champion, celebrates with Travis Scott in the ring at the end of WrestleMania. No Rock. Where's the people's champ? I wore his shirt and everything, but no Dwayne.
Yeah.
Well, I guess now we know the reason why he wasn't involved in WrestleMania, because he couldn't make WrestleMania. He wasn't there at all, and this is why we got what we got.
Right, the Rock, he's always, like, I was on the set at 3 a.m., but then I flew, and now I'm here, and, it's the Rock's whole thing.
Yep.
You can find a way to get across the world in 20 minutes.
Well, he was in Hawaii, and apparently he stayed in Hawaii. He didn't show up. This was John Cena's night, and Travis Scott got to be involved. I thought this was some evil group. I thought maybe Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins would get involved.
Yeah.
I thought more people would get involved. I thought it'd be more than just Travis Scott in this one. But instead, we got just, Travis Scott helping Cena with a kick to the balls and a belt shot to the head, and bing, bang, boom, new champion.
Very old-fashioned style victory.
Very basic. Very basic. There was a lot of very basic, slow John Cena offense throughout this match. It was mostly Cody selling Cena's offense that consisted of, punches, a couple second rope, axe handle smashes. It was very lame stuff from John Cena. The match was not good. The finish was basic as hell. The double ref bump with the ref selling like he's dead until it's time for him to come back into the match is really overdone, and they did it twice. Not a great match, but we do have a new champion in the end. Cody's run is over, and that's something. John Cena now on his last year in the WWE. He's going to retire at the end of 2025. He's the champion right now. Who knows where that ends? Who knows who takes the title back away from Cena? But I would figure that at some point through this year, John Cena will lose that belt because he's retiring. And now we get to see who loses, or who does Cena lose to in 2025. So that'll be something to watch.
Yeah.
Will it be Cody? Will it be Roman? Will it be Randy. I mean, who knows? Could be anybody.
Will he hold the belt through December, like all the way up to like his last match?
Yeah. Does he lose it at Backlash? You know? It could be anything. A lot of questions with John Cena now as the champion. Because we know, like, you know, if Cody holds it, if Cody wins, you'd say, well, okay, Cody is champion, still champion. He's going to hold it for another, who knows, year?
Yeah, like another
right?
He's
Like,
gonna have a Roman-like run.
But at least with Cena now as champion, you know, like, well, there's an expiration date on this championship. Like December, he's not going to be champion anymore. So at some point between now and then, we're going to have a new champion, and we're going to figure out who that's going to be. He's a transitional champion, in a way. I mean, December's a long way away. He could hold the title until then. That'd be a long, lengthy reign, and I know Johnny North is going to have other feelings on this because he's a John Cena hater, but I think that if you look at John Cena's career and the run that he's had and the star that he is, why deny him a solid title reign on his last year in the business? Seems about right. He's John Cena.
That's what he's done for so many years.
Yeah.
Well, that's what this WrestleMania was about. We didn't have like the clown car run-ins. We didn't have The Rock because they wanted to put the focus more on Cena and Cena having his moment. And he got his moment. Good for him. I feel like he's completely done at this point. Like, I didn't think he was very good a couple of years ago. I think he's at his worst right now. His bumping is laughable.
Mm.
The way he's working is pathetic.
Yeah.
And I think you said lame. The finish was very lame. And I get it. They're just trying to get back to Cena for all his hard work. But you have to realize we sat through this for over 3 hours. And we saw some very good matches. Some matches not so good. But then when you end it with the worst match on your biggest show of the year, it really stands out as like, this is bad. Very bad. And you shouldn't end your biggest show of the year with the worst thing that you've seen.
I don't know if it was the worst match of the weekend, but it wasn't good.
It was not the worst match of the weekend.
But, yeah, ending the show on this, I mean, they kind of have to because it's Cena and Cody. It's the box office. It's the big match, you know? That's why I thought, again, John, if they would have switched things up and made it a triple threat with CM Punk instead tonight, and we had Punk and Cena and Cody, and then Seth and Roman one-on-one, I think this match would have been much better, and Mania as a whole might have been better.
100%. It should have been a tie in the Elimination Chamber, and then we get a three-way, and then, yes, Seth and Roman singles. That works so much better.
Yep.
But, no, we don't do that. Instead, it's Heyman doing the whole double turn thing, which I think was fine in the end. I mean, that's still good, too. But
Called
I
it, by the
agree.
way. Eh?
You did call it.
Yeah.
You did call it.
Friendo.
But it's also awkward, though, too, right? Because it's not for the title. That would have meant more if that was involved in the title scene.
Yep.
Or even if that was Roman Seth one-on-one. Because that would have been building for so long. But the fact that it's a three-way, it just feels kind of cluttered a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And the match tonight with Cena and Cody was, you know, all Cody could pull out of John Cena, but you could tell that he's just not moving the way he used to, and he wasn't ever the best in the ring. But at least he's not crashing into people on an ATV, right? Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out to announce the attendance, and he's not going to walk down the ramp. He's not going to get involved in the Cody match. He's just going to, you know, swing around the ring on his ATV, do a couple laps, and crash into the barricade, knocking a lady in the first row right over. And he went and he seemed to apologize to that lady. I mean, Stone Cold almost went flying off that thing into the crowd. It was bad, and it could have been way worse. And then he goes in, he does his little promo, drinks a lot of beer, which you wonder, was he drinking beer before? Right?
Couple Steve Weisers.
He's drinking and driving at WrestleMania and crashing into the fans. And then as Stone Cold is making his exit, he goes back to check on the woman, and you can see Nick Khan, the guy who runs a WWE business, who's also been sitting in the front row the whole time, which is just distasteful for some reason. He's standing there, like not on the fan side, like on the wrestler side, outside the ring, like talking to this woman and probably offering her all sorts of deals and like, you can come to the WrestleMania after party and you can do,
Want to meet Tony Hinchcliffe?
Yeah, do you want to meet The Rock? Oh, he's not here.
Undertaker?
Cody will talk to you after this match, maybe. Like, I don't know what he was talking to her about or checking on her or whatever, but I found it very interesting that, like, the top businessman of the WWE was over there checking on this woman after Stone Cold had, ran into the barricade that she was leaning on in the front row of WrestleMania with his ATV. That was a WrestleMania moment. Stone Cold, when he's involved in WrestleMania, his WrestleMania moments are just like pure botches. Like there's this, and then the last time he was around, he did the thing with Owens, and I kind of remember the match with Owens, but what really sticks out of my mind, like the moment, was him stunning Vince, and Vince just taking the worst stunner of all time. And Austin just laughing it off because it was so funny. It was like Vince just stumbling around, looked like a deer on skates. It was just insane.
The video of Mick Foley reacting to that always.
Everybody was laughing at Vince. It was the funniest thing ever. And then tonight, he crashes his ATV in there. And then it didn't really look like he was giving much of an apology to the lady.
No.
He went over and was like, "Hey, you all right? All right, cool. See ya." It's like, what the
hell yeah.
It was nuts, man. It was so crazy.
And he clearly wasn't looking before he turned. He was looking behind him and accelerating
and going real fast and making a sharp turn in a very small space and just clunk and he goes flying.
It's an easy lawsuit.
Oh yeah,
it's
for sure.
The video evidence is right there.
Everybody saw it.
Yeah, you can't say he was paying attention.
And it's like, can he pass a breathalyzer? No, because he just drank 6 beers in the ring right after he crashed. So, was he drunk before? Impossible to tell.
Inadmissible to court, son.
That's right. So, what?
Objection. What?
I mean, he seemed drunk during the promo. He's like, "They say there's 63,000 people here, son. Let's start counting them. 1, 2, 3." And then he just gave up after 20. I don't know. Didn't seem fully coherent when he was speaking in front of the crowd. Makes you wonder, was he drinking and driving that ATV when he crashed into that woman in the front row of WrestleMania?
Stone Cold Steve.
That was a WrestleMania moment, John. That was cool, right?
What also made me question something is what he said in his promo. He said that they had 63,000, like you said. So, like, how was last night when they had 61,000? Apparently, that was a sellout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. Well, you see, John, we sold more tickets for night 2, and it was a double extra sellout. It's super sellout. You don't know the business.
These people on the internet, they think they know everything.
Yeah, but a sellout isn't a sellout. You see, sometimes you sell out, but you haven't really, you can open more tickets, and then you sell those, so then it's a sellout. You see, this building, I could have, 20,000 people in this building, and and sell those tickets. That's a sellout. You see? You understand? A sellout, John, is whatever they say it is. If they open up, 50,000 seats, but you can sit 65,000, but they only open up 50,000 and they sell those, that's technically a sellout, even though you could fill the building with more. Like when they did Elimination Chamber in Montreal, I think they called it a sellout, and there was maybe like 16,000 people or something. It was like, well, you could fit 20-something thousand in here. It's not fully a sellout. Like we know that it's not capacity.
Yeah, JR usually say, a capacity crowd.
Yeah, capacity crowd and a sellout is two different things. Yeah, that's right. See, John, you don't know everything. I'm the game. I'm in the Hall of Fame. Can you believe it?
Twice.
Yeah.
Just some awkwardness when they say sell out and then they get more people in the same exact place. It's interesting when that stuff kind of happens, but
Yeah.
Remember when Triple H read like the sellout and there was like a graphic that was like more than what he was saying that quickly like removed? That was like
that was recent too.
That was recent.
That was
yeah.
a couple. Yeah, it was
Like one of the
a few
European
PLEs
shows or something,
ago.
or
Ridiculous.
maybe Elimination Chamber.
Maybe the Rumble.
Yeah, maybe the Rumble.
Stephanie McMahon opened the show tonight. Speaking of Triple H, his wife was there.
Steph.
And it's interesting that she's like, WWE is my family, and I grew up with WrestleMania, and welcome to WrestleMania. And you go, okay. So WWE is your family, right, Steph? So how are you related to WWE exactly? How did you grow up with WWE? Can we?
What was your link?
Let's get that explained to us in detail.
Yeah.
There's some new
Grandfather.
fans here, Stephanie. Let's explain who you are exactly. You're just Triple H's wife? Is that the deal? Or is there some other guy that you're related to that has something to do with this company that is the reason why you grew up around it? Is there something there? Or are we not going to talk about that guy?
Say his name and he appears.
Yeah. I believe in Vinnie Mac. Yeah, pal. Hey, pal.
We can talk about Senior.
I'm coming
You just can't
back.
talk about Junior.
I'm hornier than ever.
The grapefruits.
Oh, shit.
Gigantic.
What a shocker at WrestleMania that would have been.
Oh my God.
No chance.
Yeah,
That's what you got.
Oh, Randy's like, that's right.
I'm here to take an RKO, damn it.
Give it to me.
Everybody backstage is like, no. He's like, shut up. Play my music, damn it. They play it out of fear. He walks out. Rah.
Oh, that reaction would have been insane.
Reaction would be like, oh, no. Why? What are we doing? Even Randy's like, what the fuck?
I thought it was George.
Come on, Randy. Make it look good.
Give it to me, you fucker.
Honestly, though, if it was Shane that came out, I think that would have got a great reaction.
Here comes the money. Shane
Yeah.
McMahon was not at the Hall of Fame.
Surprising.
I mean, Triple H's mama, his daddy, his sister, all Triple H kids. Linda McMahon was there. I love seeing Linda now back at the WWE stuff. Like, Vince is nowhere to be found. Shane also not there. Stephanie's there. All her, it's like they're all there for Triple H. It's like a big family thing. But Shane's not there, and Vince is not there. Of course, Vince is probably not allowed to be there. Like, I wonder, like, what is Vince doing for WrestleMania? Is he watching it, like, at home? Is he in Vegas? Is he in some private box in the building watching? Is he backstage somewhere? Like, is Vince around at all? And if he's not, like, what is he doing for WrestleMania?
Yeah.
You gotta figure he's watching it. He's gotta watch
He's obsessed,
WrestleMania. Right?
Well, didn't they say Trump was going to be at WrestleMania?
Yeah,
Wow.
no Trump. Maybe him and Vince are just hanging out together watching WrestleMania.
It was there the whole
I'll tell
time.
you, if I'm the president of America, right, and I can watch WrestleMania with anybody I want, you know what I mean?
Hey, pal.
I'd be like, Vince, come over. I got some popcorn.
Oh, come to the White House.
I got some gummy bears.
mean-
Come to the White House. We're going to watch WrestleMania. It's going to be terrific.
We'll have steaks.
And then you talk to Vince about what he thinks about WrestleMania. Wouldn't you love to watch WrestleMania with Vince McMahon?
Interesting. And watch him be
You
like,
know?
"Yeah, what the fuck is this?"
With all women, like, at a safe distance in another area,
Yeah.
obviously. But, like, just like a couple of dudes watching Vince react to WrestleMania. I think it'd be interesting to know his thoughts on the current product and what he sees unfold in front of him.
Well, we saw Dana White in the front row, so maybe
Yeah.
they were actually hoping Trump
He
would
got
be there.
booed.
Did he get booed?
Yeah.
I saw they showed him twice, actually.
Yeah, they
Oh.
did, yeah.
He got
for some
booed.
reason.
They don't like Dana.
Oh, they don't like the UFC. It's all right.
Yeah, well, they cheered Merab Dvalishvili. Merab was there. He got cheered. Kobe Covington was there. He also got booed.
Israel got cheered?
Israel got
What
cheered.
about,
Adesanya got cheered.
Cormier?
Daniel
Yeah,
Cormier
he got
got
big
cheered.
pop.
Big pop for DC. Everybody loves DC. He's the man. But
Well, he's
Dana
actually
White,
been in
not so much.
WWE too, though.
Huh?
DC's refereed. DC's
Yes.
refereed
Oh, yeah,
actually
that's true.
in WWE. So.
Yes. So match of the night, obviously, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. The crowd was booing Bianca, like I mentioned, but then she did 3 vertical suplexes and walked around with Io up in that vertical suplex position for the third one, and the crowd came unglued cheering for Bianca. Like, they were against her, and then she does that, and everybody's just like, my God. Like, she's...
Yeah, the
Like,
athleticism.
you can't deny the greatness of Bianca Belair. She was just incredible. They were all amazing. Io might have been the MVP of this match. She was so damn good. Rhea razor's edged Io into Bianca. And that was a 2 count in that match. Rhea hit a riptide, but Bianca kicked out. Io reversed a really nice reversal out of the super riptide off the second rope. And then she goes for a moonsault, but Rhea puts her boots up, kicks Io in the face. Bianca then hits the KOD on Io, but Rhea stopped the count at 2. Io goes for a top rope poison Rana, but Rhea countered it amazingly and then smacked Io into the ring post. Like, Io was hanging behind Rhea and then going for the reverse Hurricane Rana, and then Rhea flipped her forward, and then Io went bam into the ring post. It looked like at that point Io was out of the match, and it was between Bianca and Rhea. Bianca then whipped Rhea with her hair right in the stomach, and you're like, oh, that's like a special move that she does only in big moments, right? Then she hits the KOD, and you think, oh, that's it. 1, 2, but then the moonsault from Io, who's still hung up on the top rope, covers Bianca. 1, 2, 3. Io Sky retains the women's championship. I thought Bianca was going to win. I forget what you called, Johnny. Who did you...
We both had Bianca.
We both had
I
Bianca.
had Io.
You had Io. There you go. So,
Yeah.
But I was very happy to see Io win.
Yeah.
I would have been
Me
happy
too.
seeing anybody win. But I was really happy seeing Io win. I love Io. I thought she was incredible in this match. This match was the match of the weekend. Just great, great stuff. Just great. Io's so great.
Oh, highly enjoyable. Great, innovative back and forth action between the 3 of them. I know sometimes we've had single matches. They've gotten a little sloppy at times, but it felt like they kind of perfected this and really put out their best performance when it counted. They really made the most of it.
Yeah. It felt like Mania.
Yes. And it started off night 2 where you go, wow, okay,
Yeah.
much better.
That's what I'm used to.
And then we had Drew McIntyre come out with some weird outfit
It was
and a big
Doom,
rock. It was
Doom.
Doom. They
the
were.
new Doom
I thought it was
game.
Halo.
It was a commercial entrance. It was a commercial. It was an entrance that was actually a commercial for a video game, right?
They did that last night too, right?
Yeah,
Like
the
War Raiders.
Raiders.
Or the Viking Raiders again?
Yeah.
Were they
For a
again?
game.
Yeah, they were.
Well, they came out
dressed
like
as the
Vikings.
Clash of Clans Vikings. It was very cartoony and it looked like a cardboard box, that costume.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Yeah, it was
And then
bad.
tonight, Drew comes out with this weird thing. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then you find out, oh, it's just a commercial. What?
That we saw after the match.
Yeah, that's right. Like, hey, let's cut to a trailer now.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's what that entrance
No
was.
gameplay footage either. So I'm
They
just
even
like,
had
I
a
don't
commercial
care.
during Cody's entrance.
Yeah.
What was that?
Let's-
During Cody's
Let's
entrance.
cut to a guy in a drumstick costume.
in the main event of WrestleMania. Got
What is
ads
Netflix,
all over
so
the
we don't-
ring. There's no integrity anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's Netflix, so they got to pay for it, right? So that's how they pay for it.
I mean, they were doing this before.
Pay for what? Who's got to pay
All
for
that
what?
ad revenue.
Netflix. What does Netflix? Oh, ad revenue. You think that's Netflix doing the ads? That's WWE doing the ads. I don't think that's Netflix.
Yeah, WWE's been doing this for a couple of years
Yeah,
now.
that's
Just
WWE.
every match has a different sponsor.
Some of it was the movies, though, wasn't it? Like, I felt like some of the ads were for movies, no? They did tonight?
I don't know. Maybe they get some promos or something. Netflix.
Because every
but-
match had a different ad.
I mean, there's clearly some sort of deal with Netflix and WWE as far as promoting.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing so many of these Netflix people promoting their stuff. There's some sort of...
Yeah,
nobody I recognize.
Hyping Netflix specials that are on or something all the time for different celebs.
Yeah. They're putting out celebrities, and you're like, who is this person? It's like, oh, he's on Netflix, this show. And you're like, I've never heard of this.
Surprised they couldn't bring out, like, the Stranger Things kids for Mania or something. Like, someone, like, people recognize. You know? It's like a big show. Like, a lot of the Netflix stuff they're doing, I was like, I didn't even know there was a Devil May Cry show or... I don't know the other guy. I'm like...
Yeah, they advertise shows that you're like, I've never even seen this suggested to me. What the hell is this?
But what about, the guy who played Pablo Escobar from Narcos?
Yeah. All right, but they're not advertising. I mean, they're not promoting those anymore. How about Robert De Niro to promote The Irishman? Anyways.
Or Zero Day.
Oh, yeah. That was a new one.
Yeah.
It was bad. I did not like 0 Day. Okay, so Damian Priest had a special entrance, too. He had a guy from Slayer playing. Are you a Slayer fan, Sean? I am not.
That was Kerry King. Yeah, it's the guitarist from Slayer.
Okay, so you knew who he was? Slayer. You recognized him?
Yeah, it was a guitarist.
Well, he has his name on his shirt.
See the whole... Oh. Yeah, he actually has his own shirt, too. That's true. But I only saw the guitarist. I didn't see the rest of the band, though. Like
They
said it
broke
was
up
Slayer.
I understand. Like, I think he just goes on his own and, like, does Slayer songs and, like... I'm guessing the other guy's probably, like, maybe one of them's got, like, arthritis, so they can't play the bass or the drums or, at that speed anymore.
I mean, they have been doing this
Metal's
for a while.
hard.
So, yeah.
But I only know one of their songs is because it was in the Guitar Hero game.
Yeah, I don't know much from Slayer. But, I know they're very popular, and one of the guys was there, and people were excited about that. So cool for Damian Priest to get that entrance. The match starts, and it was a hell of a match. Drew hit Priest a couple times in the head with some stairs. Drew was beating up Priest outside the ring and took a phone from his brother, who was ringside, and took a selfie during the match. I don't know. That's part of his new gimmick. He's very social media, Drew McIntyre, right? Drew did a cool flip to the outside of the ring, very athletic. Pulling out moves that you don't see in an everyday Drew McIntyre match. Like, Priest and Drew were pulling stuff out, taking chances, taking risks that they wouldn't ordinarily take because it's the biggest show of the year. It felt like these guys and the women before them were doing way more than they normally would because it's WrestleMania, and I really appreciated that. This match was awesome. Priest hitting a Razor's Edge, a couple Razor's Edges tonight that were pretty impressive. Priest hit a Razor's Edge on Drew for a 2 count. Drew hit a future shock on the stairs. Priest went to do something on the top rope like an old school, but got pushed off the top rope to the floor through 2 tables. Devastating bump there. Just great stuff. Drew then set up a chair in the corner and hit the Claymore, like had Priest's head set up there and the chair behind him, kicks him in the head. The head ricochets off the chair. 1, 2, 3. McIntyre wins. Incredible, violent street fight. Great stuff from Drew and Damian
I wasn't
Priest.
expecting much from this, but they really showed it. This was my second favorite match, I think, of the whole weekend.
Yeah, me too.
Like, even more than I think Punk, Roman, and Seth. I don't know.
This was just fun. More, I feel like it was
action-packed.
more action, more fun to watch. Yeah, a lot of action.
Well,
No slow bits in the middle where you go. Yeah, it was just nonstop.
A lot of violence.
Yeah.
What I noticed was they didn't really care about, I'm the babyface, you're the heel, so you do this, I do this. It was more of like, let's just make this the best we possibly can. Like, I felt Drew was wrestling like a babyface. He was doing dives. He was interacting with the fans. It felt like, and he was really milking the fans a lot. I felt he was more the babyface than Priest, but it's more, let's just do the best stuff we can. Like, Drew can do a dive downside, do it.
Yeah.
Like, Priest can do all these cool, like, Razor Edge. He can take a good bump. Do that. Like, it's about making the match the best it possibly can be, and that's what they did, and that's what worked. And to me, besides the triple threat, that was the best match we saw.
Yeah.
Very good stuff from Priest and Drew McIntyre. And then we had another good match. Some surprising reactions from the crowd, I would say, for sure, right? Dominik Mysterio was the babyface in this one. I don't know what happened, but the crowd decided that Dom is their man It's been starting to happen over the past few weeks on Raw, and it really kicked into full gear tonight. Dominik Mysterio and Finn turning on each other during the match. They were together, but it didn't last. Carlito was there ringside, and he threw the top of the announce table, and it landed in the front row as well.
It hit people.
It hit people. That front row was taking some damage there. Carlito and Stone Cold running an ATV into them. I mean, just nuts. Real dangerous. You spend $35,000 a ticket to sit front row, and you are getting hit by vehicles and top of tables thrown at you.
You're part of the action.
But Carlito paid the price as he took a devastating spear through the announce table from Braun Breaker. Nuts. Great bump. And great execution from Breaker to hit the spear and crash through the table at the same time. Like, it was very nice.
It was a great showcase for Braun Breaker this match.
Braun was just kicking everybody's
charge.
ass. Yeah. Looked amazing.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this is the first time they've broken the new tables. It's a new table kind of setup they have now.
Yeah.
Since Netflix.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the first time they've actually broken the tables.
Yeah. Well, they broke them last night, too.
Okay. Well, I mean, for WrestleMania, like, that's it, yeah.
Well, they've only
I don't
had the
think
new...
before.
Aren't the new tables...
No,
they had new tables for WrestleMania. These are like circular tables. These are not the same
They're meant
tables
to look
we've
like
seen on
blackjack
TV.
tables, no?
Yeah, they were like special Vegas tables, John. This is the first time we've seen them, and they broke them last night. Roman powerbombed Seth and Punk through the tables.
So maybe that's why they're special, because the other ones aren't meant to be broken, I guess.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
The regular TV tables, we've seen people bump on those, and they don't break. But these ones, they break. I think they had special breakable announce tables because they had some spots planned for old WrestleMania. So Dominik Mysterio in this one hits the 619 on Braun, and the fans went nuts. Finn hit a sling blade, drop kick, and a coup de grace on Braun Breaker, but here comes Dominik Mysterio out of nowhere, frog splash on Finn and Braun, pins Finn 1, 2, 3, and becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. Dominik Mysterio beats Finn Balor, Penta, and Braun Breaker, takes the title off Breaker. Crowd goes nuts for Dominik Mysterio, a guy that was absolutely hated, booed out of every building, gets a huge pop as he has a huge victory at WrestleMania. Crazy.
They gave him a victory lap, too. Like, they want him to go back in the ring. Like, I'm sure they called that, but they let him do that. I'm like, wow. Surprising.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to explain, and I guess maybe it isn't. People just appreciate his work. People love Liv Morgan, too. People really like Liv Morgan for many reasons. And Dominik Mysterio is associated with her, and I think people like him because of that. And I think they've appreciated his work over the past few years with Liv and the Judgment Day and Rhea Ripley before that. He's a good heel. He's a fun performer.
It's a bit of like a MJF energy. Like, he's our scumbag, kind of.
A little bit.
It's a little bit, yeah. Like,
he's like the lovable. He's the lovable dirtbag. Dirty Dom. You know what he is. And now you're starting to appreciate him for who he is. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you kind of get used to him and you kind of like him. He's a bit likable.
Well, I think Ben brings up a great point about MJF. It's more like you're such a good heel that eventually you become beloved.
Yeah.
Because they just, again, appreciate your work. And that's pretty much, I think, what's happened. Like, it kind of happened almost out of absolute nowhere, but great timing for him because it happened right in time for WrestleMania. And got him the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah. Was I the only one who called Dom winning the Intercontinental title? Who did you pick for the win?
I picked Braun, and I want to say
I picked
Ben
Braun as well.
Did you pick Braun? Okay, I thought maybe you picked Finn, actually. But
no, nobody.
Finn would have been fun.
Yeah. I remember picking Dom, right, when we did the preview show Friday, and I was thinking that I was picking a long shot, and then we checked the odds, and he was the favorite to win, and he did win.
Finn was the long shot. That's it. Yeah,
Finn
was the long shot.
His time is done.
Yeah,
he's an enhancement talent more. You know,
So
jumper to the stars.
It was fun to see Dominik Mysterio get that reaction and get that win. It was pretty nuts. And then we saw Randy Orton come out and cut a promo and wait for a mystery opponent, and it was Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion, who lost to Randy in 3 minutes with an RKO. Randy then congratulated him, gave him respect, and then hit him with another RKO.
I mean, good for him. He has his fans. I saw people complaining to you on X that apparently Randy got a lukewarm reaction and he got a great reaction, Hendry. So, he has his fans that, live in a weird reality that think that he's the greatest thing in the world. So great that he got that moment, and congrats for that. But that was an elaborate squash at best, that match, because we clearly know what was going to happen the second we saw him come out.
Seemed like a waste.
Yeah, they could have done a lot
considering
better.
the options they had, considering who they had in the back that they didn't even use, and people that were there. Sami Zayn was posting he's backstage.
Yeah.
They never used them at all.
Nope.
So that's disappointing.
They have so many people, so many guys that could have wrestled Randy Orton that wrestle for their company that didn't get to work WrestleMania.
And they don't bench people. Remember that.
Right. That's what Nick Khan said. Oh, we don't bench people. Well, you benched a whole bunch of people and then let a guy from TNA on the biggest show of the year wrestle one of your biggest stars of all time.
Well, not only that, a world champion who you beat in 3 minutes and then mocked after the match and kind of destroyed him almost in the sense of that mock.
I felt like Randy doing the little turn thing is saying, I can do your thing better than you.
And it was better.
It was. Yeah. That whole turn thing, I don't get it. He smiles and people are like,
people are just,
it's very small time.
It's
the
very
boom
indie.
Boom clap, that is so hokey, and it feels very not WrestleMania. It's just,
it's a type of thing that'll
cheap
get over
heat.
on the
It's
indies.
cheap.
It'll get over in TNA, it'll get over in a small building, but you start doing that stuff in the WWE and it just looks very small time. And I don't know. He comes out. I know he's got people that like him, but people love the song. I don't. People love the gimmick. I don't even get it. So
again, it's entrance mania. So he had a good entrance. That's why he's on the show.
But beyond that, it's just kind of a joke. I think people are just, they're not cheering for him. They're cheering for him because it's funny to cheer for him.
Yeah.
It's ironic. It's not that they actually like him, but it's ironic to like him. It's oh, he's so cheesy that we're going to cheer for him and ha ha ha. Isn't it funny that so many of us cheer for him and it's forcing these companies to push him? And it's yeah, but he's not legitimate really. So you're kind of doing a disservice to the company by acting like fans that are in it for themselves. Fans it's like fans going into business for themselves in a way. When they cheer for this guy, it's let's all cheer for him, and then if he's getting the biggest cheers, they'll have to do something with him, and then ha ha ha, won't that be funny? And it's been taken too far. And now he got to work WrestleMania when there's a bunch of WWE people that didn't get to work WrestleMania.
Yeah, you want to show up in the Rumble, fine.
Yeah.
But
to get a singles match against Randy, even though it's a squash, I'm sure there's a bunch of people that would have preferred take that spot than sit in catering and watch.
I just find it kind of disappointing, but I do give WWE a bit of a pass. They had a lot of injuries, unfortunately, and bad timing going into this in several matches. But they kind of dropped the ball in how they should handle it, though, sadly. They kind of went with the cheap pops, in a sense, instead of what can be the best match we can get out of this. They focus, again, more on just the little cheap entrances and little chants that get over instead of let's put on a good product in the ring, because it's the last thing they care about.
Yep. Apparently, Jeff Hardy was discussed as being a potential opponent. I saw that rumor.
Fantastic.
He works for TNA too.
that pop would have been insane.
Jeff
and
Hardy,
the
Randy
history.
Orton. Yeah, that would have been much
It
better.
goes back like over a decade, like well over a decade.
Couldn't have really done it in a 3-minute squash, but who cares?
Even you could have.
Yeah, probably.
Jeff can do it. He'll do it. He'll get a couple
You-
spots
I mean,
in, and then
you
an
coulda made
RKO, and that's it.
You could have made it a 5-6 minute match and it'd have been fine. You know.
It would have been better than what we saw. That's for
Oh
sure.
yeah, Rusev would have been better.
Yep.
Yep, I agree.
Even
Rusev was a strong rumor, but I guess the idea was if they're gonna bring him back, why bring him back just to lose to Randy right off the bat with no fanfare, no vignettes to bring. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, he's back, and is he looking strong? No, he's losing right away to Randy. It is Randy, but still, you don't want to lose on your first night back. Ask Becky Lynch. Ask John Cena.
That's another thing. It's a totally different thing though with Becky. I don't know how you guys felt. Like I was not a fan of that Becky just coming in there because apparently Bayley's not really hurt.
Yeah.
They just wanted to give Becky that moment. So
Yeah.
that's kind of crummy. I find.
Yeah.
it's not a last minute decision, from what I understand.
No, like the plan the whole time, like Bayley kind of knew that she was never going to wrestle this match at Mania. It was always going to be Becky taking her spot.
That sucks.
But it sucks because, Becky has been off doing nothing. Bayley has been working. And who gets to work Mania? Becky. And Bayley's left off the card.
Maybe
Have Bayley wrestle Randy Orton tonight. That would have been fun. It's like, well, they didn't give me a match, so here I am. Let's go, Randy. You bastard.
I feel like because they changed the match, like our pick doesn't count then because we didn't pick the.
That's right.
Yeah.
Correct, John.
We didn't pick.
I'll take that. Yeah, because we picked Liv and Raquel to beat Bayley and Lyra, but not Becky and Lyra. We didn't know that it was going to be Becky. There were rumors, but Bayley got attacked, but not really. So she couldn't wrestle. And Becky Lynch shows up. Wow, it's crazy that Lyra Valkyria had this backup, amazing Hall of Fame level tag team partner to accompany her to WrestleMania. And, of course, Becky and Lyra win the tag team championship. Becky hit the manhandle slam on Liv Morgan to pin her. And the commentary had to remind us that Becky's last match was a loss to Liv Morgan in a steel cage. So she was out for revenge, which I totally forgot about.
Yeah.
I think most people did. That's why they had to remind us. So Becky comes back. I mean, she looked okay. The match was what it was. But I feel like everything after Randy Orton, Joe Hendry, like once that match hit, the whole show went down the drain. We had
Well, I think
Io,
skipped
Bianca,
one.
Rhea kicked ass. Drew and Priest kicked ass. Dom, Finn, Penta, Braun kicked ass. And then the rest of the show sucked.
we haven't even talked about AJ and
Yeah.
Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Which
That
sucked.
was rough.
It was
Yeah.
garbage. Logan Paul and AJ Styles had a bad match.
Hey, Dave and
Logan
Johnny,
Paul is
Ah.
bad. Shut
If I
up,
am being
AJ.
honest,
Shut the fuck up.
I was the
don't wanna
first
hear
one in
from
the
you.
entire world
Shut
to
up.
say that
Shut
Logan
up,
Paul
dude.
is something special.
Logan Paul's friend
my words.
Jeff showed up.
Jeff!
Showed up with brass knuckles. I guess we're supposed to know who Jeff is. I don't
Jeff!
know. He had brass
Apparently.
knuckles, but then Karrion Kross was there. And Karrion Kross's whole thing is he wants AJ Styles to give in to his heel tendencies so he can take out the heel Logan Paul, who Karrion Kross, also a heel, hates so very much. AJ Styles, though, decided not to, didn't take the brass knuckles that Karrion Kross had taken away from Jeff. AJ punches Kross instead, and then, of course, goes into the ring, goes for the phenomenal forearm, misses, gets punched in the face, and takes the Paulverizer, get it, from Logan Paul for the 1-2-3. Logan Paul wins, as we expected. I didn't expect this match to be this bad. I thought it'd be a little bit better, but goddamn, was this the worst AJ Styles match you've ever seen in your life? This was awful. Nothing
So
worked.
maybe when he faced Ellsworth, maybe that wasn't
Nah,
much. It was supposed to
AJ
be-
made that work a little bit better, I think. Ellsworth at least was an indie wrestler,
That's a fair point, and this was a bigger stage, so the expectations are much higher.
Yeah,
So you're definitely right about that.
yeah.
Yeah, this was disappointing. I mean, that finish was just terrible, and like the way they put it together, awful. I was so disappointed, and the way I was watching that match was like, man, AJ's trying so hard in this, but it's all for naught. It's too bad.
He tried, but there's only so much you can do with Logan Paul, who's absolutely
All
terrible.
the drone stuff.
Oh, it was just so gimmicky and bad. He's just a gimmick, and the gimmick is wearing out. The thing is, with a gimmick and like a cheap gimmick like he has, it can only go so far. You got to have some substance, and there's really nothing behind the first layer of Logan Paul. And now we're getting to the point where you go, okay, what else do you got? And there's nothing. He's bad. The match tonight was bad. And if they're going to keep doing stuff with this guy, he's got to improve in some way. Because it's the same every time, and it's not good.
I worry, though, that he might take the title from Jey Uso, though.
Yeah, well, Jey Uso ain't great either.
Yeah.
So who really cares about that championship? That title means nothing. Jey Uso's a champion now, John. He won it in the opener of the first night of WrestleMania. Who cares? And that match was also bad.
Yeah.
Who cares if Logan Paul takes the world title from Jey Uso? Doesn't mean anything. That world title has not meant anything since it debuted. Seth had it, then Priest had it, then Gunther had it, now Jey Uso has it. Like, we haven't had a legit champion with that thing. Gunther's run was not great. Wrestled Jey Uso a bunch of times. Damian Priest, like, what the hell was that? It's not a good run for Gunther. Like, I had hope for him, but, when Seth had it, it was, like, brand new. He's, one of their top guys, but he was trying to make the belt mean something, and it just didn't at that point. And then Priest had it, and it meant even less. Then Gunther had it, and nothing worked. Now Jey Uso has it. Like, it's a nothing belt. The WWE Championship that Cena has is the only belt that means anything. And that world title it means less than the Intercontinental title. Who's a bigger deal champion coming out of WrestleMania on Raw? Dominik Mysterio or Jey Uso? I feel like Dominik is more over than Jey somehow.
No, that's not true.
Not
though.
quite,
I mean,
but you know what I mean? Like, they're not that far apart. Dominik got a huge reaction tonight.
He did, but I mean, come on. Jey Uso might be one of the most over guys in all of WWE. As much as you might hate that. I heard the entrance. And again, like, he's not the best wrestler. I saw the match. I know. I get it. But that entrance was... I think he had the best entrance. I know. But I think he might have the best entrance in all of WWE.
Great.
Got him a championship, so it's worth something.
Yep. Get a good theme song, wrestlers. It's more important than you think. Your theme song at this point is like 90% of what you're going to bring to the table. So you better get a good one.
Yeah, because a lot of the theme songs are like just
very generic,
sloppy.
Yeah.
Just indistinguishable.
You can't tell who's who. Yeah.
A lot of the new songs are so bad. Naomi's new song, terrible.
Yeah.
Street Profits,
awful.
Terrible.
I don't like Tiffany Stratton's song. It's just like Tiffy time and then just like a bunch of noise. Like there's
it's not great.
Things there.
It could be better. No doubt about that.
Have more personality.
Yeah, a lot of entrances, a lot of long-ass entrances in the WWE.
And none of them Undertaker tonight or last night.
That's right.
Yeah, no Taker.
Those are
no Taker. I mean, we saw Stone Cold show up just to hit somebody with his ATV and tell us how many people were in the building. But he didn't really get involved. The big, oh my God, he's here, were Travis Scott, who was advertised to be there, so not a huge deal. And Hijo del Vikingo, John. That was the big one at WrestleMania this year that we didn't expect to see. Hijo del Vikingo. And I guess Joe Hendry. This is what the WWE's wheeling out nowadays for WrestleMania surprises. Hijo del Vikingo and Joe Hendry.
That's what passes for entertainment these days. This Joe Hendry.
Yeah, exactly. It's wuzzle wuzzle, man. What is this stuff?
Are you guys excited for that? Like, it's NXT versus like AAA. That's what's going to happen now.
No. Who's in AAA? Alberto Del Rio? Isn't he their world champion?
Are they going to bring him back?
Alberto Del Rio.
Perro. Yeah, exactly.
He was awesome, but he's run into some trouble as of late.
Yeah, he's a little problematic.
He's kind of a pariah in the wrestling business. However, he is the world champion of the company WWE just bought. So,
oh no!
let's buy AAA. Who are they pushing these days? Del Rio, Alberto Del Rio. Oh shit! Well, guess we gotta bring him back.
It should be interesting. I mean, they've built up enough luchadors too, though, WWE, so they could have a decent kind of show with that. But I don't know if people really care that much. You got to get AAA over more. I don't know if they really are right now.
They're not. Who cares?
So
Who
that's
wrestles
the
for
thing.
them?
Like it.
I don't know. Do you?
There's maybe like you've mentioned them all the names pretty much already.
Is
So I think
Vampiro there, or is
isn't
that
Vampiro
CMLL?
still around?
I don't know.
I think Vampiro's still around. No, it's the new La Parka. It's not the old one, but there's a new one.
New
now.
Parka.
Not
Yeah.
LA Park.
Not old Parka.
Yeah.
I think it is LA Park actually.
Yeah.
LA Park. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who works for them right now, John.
Is there some Guerrero? Is there Guerrero?
Probably Ultimo Guerrero. I'm gonna guess.
Ultimo?
Yep.
Let's see. Roster. Lucha Libre Worldwide. Luchadores. Oh, they got Psycho Clown?
That's a cool name.
Is Jeff Jarrett still on the roster?
Oh.
That'll be interesting if that's the case.
I mean, I don't
But
know.
they're gone.
Let's see. La Parka, Psycho Clown, Pentagon Jr. is still listed on their roster for some reason,
Yeah, seriously.
which is weird. Luchadores. Let's see the Luchadores. Oh, this is just merch they're trying to sell me. What is this? Oh, this is just their store. I'm just at their store.
So they have great masks to buy. Buy good
Maybe.
masks.
Anyways, they've got a lot of wrestlers. One of them is Psycho Clown, though. So,
Who's that?
I don't know. Let's see. Alberto
You got-
El
you got
Patron,
your shoe.
Aerostar, Chessman. Chessman works for them,
Ooh,
John.
watch out for the checkmate.
We can see Chessman in WWE, finally.
You can only move a certain amount of spaces of the ring at a time.
Forastero is one of the AAA World Tag Team Champions. He is him and Sansón are the co-tag team champions in AAA. Oh, Panic Clown, John. Panic Clown is on their roster. Pagano. Charles Pagano.
He says he was your first, but he feels there are others.
Who you been talking to? Pagano. A guy named Pagano wrestles for AAA. Charles Pagano. Nino Hamburguesa. That's small hamburger, I think. Mr. Casas. I'm not going to say his first name, but it's black in Spanish.
Some satanic black magic.
They got Psycho Clown. Oh, they got Sam Adonis, who is Corey Graves' brother.
Oh, yeah?
So
He's got a job.
That's true, yeah.
Oh, Mr. Iguana wrestled one half of the world mixed tag champs. Mr. Iguana.
Is it an actual iguana?
I don't know, but my God, everybody knows Mr. Iguana. I don't.
Is
And you
Dandy
know,
there?
they don't just have El Hijo del Vikingo. They also have El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. So they have the son of Dr. Wagner Jr. Why wouldn't he just be Dr. Wagner the Third? If he's why say El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. Because Dr. Wagner Jr. is obviously Dr. Wagner, the second. So wouldn't El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. be Dr. Wagner the third? Dr. Wagner Tres.
Dr. Wagner sounds like a Nazi scientist.
Yeah, it does. Anyways, they got a bunch of wrestlers on their roster, and they have some funny names like Panic Clown, Psycho Clown, Pimpinella Escarlata, and of course our favorite Pagano, Charles Pagano.
Any good ladies wrestlers?
Chick
is
Tormenta,
Tessa Blanchard?
Estrelita.
Tessa Blanchard.
Was Tessa Blanchard? Is she? I don't see her technically on their roster.
Well, she's the
but
TNA Women's Champion, isn't she? Right?
Yeah,
now?
isn't she in
So,
TNA?
They're gonna try to figure out a way to bring her.
Good God Almighty.
Machi.
Jason Pete, Hamburger Boy. Jason Pete out in Mexico. He says, "Get me on the show. I'll explain all of them." All right. Well, I guess Jason Pete is aware of all these guys out in AAA. Maybe he will come on where we have to explain who Pagano is. Tell us about Charles Pagano. Tell us about the Panic Clown. I'm interested in Panic Clown. There's Murder Clown, too. Murder Clown does not sound like a WWE
that sounds
name.
kind of scary.
Murder Clown does not sound like a guy you'll be seeing on NXT.
That's like some ICP wrestling.
Unless we change his name to, like, Mean Clown or something. Murder Clown sounds a bit much. They got a bunch of clowns in AAA. Like, half the roster's clown. Murder Clown, Psycho Clown. What was the other clown?
Panic Clown.
Panic Clown. Panic Clown is a really good wrestling name. Dave the Clown is enough. It is not me. He is 1/3 of the AAA World Trios champions. Dave the Clown.
Was that guy Frank the Clown? That's not...
Dave the Clown, Murder Clown, and Panic Clown are the AAA World Trios champions, as you might expect. The Clown Boys.
Well, Jason said there's some dorky characters there, so it's gonna happen.
I love them.
Obviously.
I've seen one of the clowns. I think Psycho Clown. I think I've seen wrestle before. I'm not
He's
against
the one who had
clowns.
the shoot with Jeff Jarrett, I think, right?
Yeah,
Him
okay.
and Jarrett had a shoot.
Yeah,
A shoot.
a shoot
Yeah, they got in a fight.
with Psycho Clown.
Yeah.
Psycho Clown. You
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
crazy devil. Shout out to Matthew Henley joining in as a new member over at membership.ringsidereport.net. Thank you to all the members supporting throughout the year over at membership.ringsidereport.net and join.ringsidereport.net, like Jason Pete supporting over at join.ringsidereport.net. Angelo Contagones, I see you as well, telling us that John Cena was at the post-WrestleMania press conference and refused to answer questions.
Oh, wow.
Why is it there?
He kept saying it seems like a clickbait question and wouldn't answer, which is kind of funny. Kyle Salisbury says women's title match of the night. Thank you, Kyle, for supporting over at join.ringsidereport.net, just like CSL Lorne and so many others who keep the Ringside Report network going. And we will keep on going as we do. I'll be back Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Ringside Report MMA. Johnny North will be back with me Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time while we watch SmackDown and we figure out what this new year will bring us in the WWE. The season has ended. This was the season finale of WWE, and we're going to see the season premiere tomorrow night on Raw. What?
Do we have scores in the comment section? Like, what are people scoring WrestleMania?
Sixes.
Yeah, I didn't see a bunch of scores, honestly. I saw some 6s, I saw some 7s, I saw some 3s.
For tonight or just overall?
For tonight, I think.
Wow, okay.
Both.
So I guess overall people not too satisfied with WrestleMania then, we can say.
No, I think it was about what we gave it, about a 6, 6.5. That was the average. CSL Lorne jumping in with a 6. Yeah. Seems about right for night 2.
Yeah.
Not great.
Pretty mid.
Yeah. Were you happy with WrestleMania?
I thought there were moments where it's like, wow, this is great.
Yeah.
There weren't enough of them, though, sadly. That was the problem.
I think Io, Bianca, and Rhea, though, when we get to the end of 2025, will be in the conversation for Match of the Year. But we got that out of the weekend.
Yeah, I don't know if it will be match of the year, but it's a candidate for sure. And from WWE, but I think we've seen better matches this year already so far.
From AEW?
Well, yeah, I'm saying overall. Maybe in WWE that may have been their best match, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think AEW's had better matches, yeah.
What did you prefer?
Well, I mean, that cage match, I'll take that over that.
Ospreay Fletcher. Yeah, that was nuts. Mm-hmm.
Even, was it Ospreay and Konosuke from this past week on Dynamite? Like, I didn't even know that was television, but I still thought that was very good.
Clown Simon. I'm one of the clowns now. There was Dave the Clown. Now I'm Clown Simon. I'm part of the clown group. John, I'm a Mexican wrestling clown now.
You sure that's not your brother and you're still Dave the Clown? Or like...
No, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. CSL Lauren with a 6. Good. Matthew Henley a 6.5. Derek John 7 and 10 tonight. Overall 6 on 10. DJ Bourne overall 7. AJ says Cody got robbed 5 on 10. Jason Pete says missed night 2 of WrestleMania. Better than yesterday? Yes. I would say so. Johnny, I think you kind of called them even, but I'd say tonight was much better. Well, better.
Well, again, you guys watched it live, though, so it's a bit different, though.
Yep. So we'll be back this week with lots more pro wrestling coverage. It's sure to be a big week in the WWE. I'm expecting them to debut a couple new characters this week. Maybe Rusev will show up on Raw Monday night. We know that Aleister Black is going to come back Friday on SmackDown. That's already done, advertised. And they've got a triple threat TLC for the tag titles on SmackDown too, DIY, Machine Guns, and Street Profits. So stuff happening this week. Raw after Mania in Vegas tomorrow night. It's going to be a big deal. They got stuff going on. John Cena probably going to cut a promo as champion. He'll say something. Seth.
The champ is here.
Seth and Heyman together, you know. It's a lot fallout from WrestleMania and build up to Backlash, right? Never stops.
Well, I hope everyone's been happy watching this. The 4 hours of coverage that we provided, or you guys have provided, and I provided a little bit of that, but I hope people are happy. And if they're not, then too bad.
Wow. There you go. Angelo saying he'll rate WrestleMania 7.5 on 10. Yeah, we hope that you enjoyed all the coverage we gave you this weekend, the preview show, the night 1 recap, the night 2 recap. If you missed anything that we did this week, you can go back and watch it on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Please, we do appreciate you liking the video, subscribing, and, tell a friend. Tell a friend who likes pro wrestling, hey, I know these guys. They're pretty good. And they called the Seth Rollins turn exactly. They're geniuses.
Actually, you did. Me and Ben had different ideas of it.
Let's just say we all did, okay? Let's just say we all did. We're trying to bring more people on, John. Let's just say we're all brilliant. Not just me, John.
No lies.
No lies, all right. And John does a voice with a little toy now.
Yeah, he's like, what's her name? Harley Cameron or something.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing that.
Harley Cameron. John is just
she's
like
actually,
Harley
she's
Cameron.
actually
Just
professional,
like her.
actually.
Just like her.
She's much better, actually.
She's much better
And she
in
has
so many
actually
ways.
the mouth flopping, too. I don't have any flopping of the mouth on this one, sadly.
It's not a puppet.
But it still looks pretty great, though. I love how I got some back, a little indents right there, too. It's pretty good. I sold
Jacked.
one of these last night, too.
Those
so
glutes.
One less.
All right. Contact Johnny if you
We're
want
going.
one. And we will be back this week.
And my trading cards, too. I got trading cards now. I don't know if you've seen that. That's pretty awesome. I sold 2 of those last night.
That.
Yeah, I know.
New merch
Trading
at the
cards
Johnny
now.
North Emporium.
Yes, boy! Yeah.
Yes, boy.
None of that stuff, though.
Oh, yes, boys. All right. Thank you,
boys.
everybody, for joining us. We appreciate you, and we'll see you again real soon right here on the Ringside Report Network.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word.
You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button, flip those notification switches.
We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at